Alright, in this video, let's set up a Celery for Django. First, let's install Celery using pip. Okay, so make sure the virtual environment is activated and you write pip install Celery. Okay, pip install Celery. Okay, so the Celery is installed. Then I want you to go to Celery official documentation for Django. So let's go to Google and search for Celery Django. Okay, so this is the first steps with Django, right? So go to the first result, and here are the configuration that you need to do in order to get your Celery running. Okay, so yeah, here you can see it is clearly mentioned that you have to create a celery.py inside your project folder. So we will do step by step. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to awd main. Okay, so inside this awd main where your settings.py exists, right? So here I'm going to create a new file and name it as celery.py. Okay, celery.py. Then let's go back to the documentation again. So here, so what we will do is we'll actually first import these packages. First thing, import OS, and we will import Celery from Celery. Okay, from Celery import Celery. All right, then we have some configuration here. So the first configuration is to set the default Django settings module for the Celery program. So we will just copy this one. Okay, copy and paste it here. If you want to take the comment as well, you can just copy this one. Okay, so that this is good for your reference. All right, and then let's this one also, app is equal to Celery. You know, we are actually creating the Celery application for our Django project using this line of code. Okay, so just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so here remove this proj and name it as awd underscore main. Okay, awd underscore main. So this will be your project folder. So this line of code sets up the new Celery application for our Django project awd main. If you want to write the comment, you can say sets up the new Celery application for our Django project awd main. Okay, and then we have another configuration. Okay, let's copy this and paste it here. So in Celery, config from object method is used to configure the Celery app using the settings from our Python object. Okay, so that's what this config from object means. In this case, django.conf.settings refers to the settings module of your Django project. Okay, so this is what we are navigating to. Okay, django.conf.settings. So this is our settings file, and then there is this namespace equal to Celery, right? So in future, whatever configuration that we write inside this settings will be prefixed with the underscore Celery. Okay, so let me write the comment. So here also there is this long comment, but I don't think you will understand this. Okay? So I think a namespace equal to Celery means all Celery related configuration settings should have. Yeah, so this one you can copy. Okay, you can copy and paste it. Okay, whatever configuration you put inside this settings will be prefixed with this Celery underscore. Okay, so we will do this. We'll see this in action also. Okay. All right, and then we have one more configuration, that is app.autodiscover tasks. Okay, so this actually loads task modules from all the registered Django apps. We'll copy that configuration as well and paste it in this celery.py. Okay, so this actually loads modules from all the registered apps. Okay, by default, Celery looks for the module named task.py in your Django apps and registers the tasks defined in those modules. Okay, so that underscore tasks means task.py. Okay, we will create task.py in all the apps that we create in future. All right, and that's about the configuration. And there is one debug task here. Okay, so we'll copy this one also. Okay, so what it is saying is, you see this @app.task, right? So whatever is prefixed with the @, it is considered as a decorator. All right, so this app.task decorator is used to mark a regular Python function as a Celery task. Okay, so this app.task decorator informs Celery that the function below it should be treated as an asynchronous task that can be scheduled and executed in the background. Okay, so that's why we use app.task decorator. All right, and what about these parameters, bind equal to true and ignore result equal to true, right? So these are some of the parameters that can be used to customize the behavior of the task. Okay, one of these option is bind equal to true. So bind equal to true means you are giving your Celery task function the ability to interact with the information about the task itself while it is still running. Okay, so this can be particularly helpful when you need to perform actions based on the task's context. Okay, so we will see more about that. Don't try to understand everything. Okay, even if you don't understand what is bind equal to true, no problem, I will show you in the future. Okay, and then ignore a result equal to true means we are just telling Celery that don't store the result in the result backend. Okay, so that's all, and that's it inside this celery.py. And we have one more configuration which should be going inside __init.py. Okay, so we will copy this from Celery, import app as a Celery app, and then we'll set this all equal to Celery app. Copy that and go to init.py. Okay, so here, so just paste it. All right, so this will make sure the app is always imported when Django starts, so that shared task will use this task. Okay, so there is one more decorator called shared task. Okay, so I will explain that to you when we use that shared task decorator. All right, so that's about the configuration. And you know what, in order to run a Celery task, we will have to install message brokers. Okay, so there are a lot of messaging services that we can use as a message brokers, such as Redis, RabbitMQ, and Apache Kafka, Amazon SQS. I think Amazon SQS means simple queue service. Okay, or you can also use Microsoft Azure Service Bus. These are all the cloud messaging services, but I don't know about all these services, but I know Redis, and it is most popular as well. Okay, so we will use Redis as a message broker, and also we can use Redis as a result backend as well. Okay, so we can use Redis as a message broker as well as result backend. Okay, so we'll try to use Redis in this course. Okay, so first thing, we have to install a Redis server on your computer. Okay, so in order to use the Redis in your project, your Redis server should be running inside your computer. Okay, so first thing, if you are using Windows, what you have to do is you have to go to Google and search Redis for Windows. Okay, then say GitHub. Okay, so we are installing Redis using GitHub because Redis does not provide the dedicated installer for Windows. Okay, so that's why we'll go to this Redis for Windows GitHub. Okay, from GitHub I'll show you how to install. So you see this releases, right? Go to releases, and in the releases here you see Redis x64 5.0.14, right? So this one you have to okay, where is it? Yeah. So this one you have to install and make sure it is greater than 5.0. Okay, so that we can use it in Django. Okay, and you simply have to download this MSI file and it will get downloaded. Just launch the installer and install it. Okay, so that's all. And after that, once that is installed, yeah, so that's about the Windows installation. And after that, if you're using Mac, like I'm using Mac right now, so what I have to do is I have to go to Redis installation. So you see this redis.io, right? So this is the official website of Redis. So here there is installation steps. So click on this install Redis on macOS, and you'll have to have Homebrew installed, and then install using Brave install Redis. Okay, simply copy this and go to your terminal. Okay, I will create one more terminal now. Okay, so from here I'll click on plus, and so this will be my Redis. Okay, so this first one will be my Django. Okay, so I'll go to Redis and install this one, Brave install Redis. Okay, so Redis server is installed. Okay, so we also have to start the server, and this is how you run the server. Okay, so if you copy this one, Redis hyphen server, and run it like this, Redis hyphen server. If this runs well and good, if this does not run, if it gives you some error, then what you have to do, you just have to start Redis. Okay, Brew services start Redis. Okay, so after this, your Redis server will start, and then you run this Redis server. Okay, I mean, by running this Brew services start Redis, your Redis services will start, and then you start the server using a Redis server. Okay, so in my case, my services are already running. That's why I could run the server. All right, so if things are working and you want to make sure the Redis server is working, then what you can do is you can click on this plus again and write Redis hyphen CLI. Okay, if you want to make sure or verify the Redis servers are correctly set up, then you can run this Redis hyphen CLI, and here you can say ping. Okay, so if you write ping and hit enter, it should return pong. Okay, I mean, if it returns pong, then that means your Redis server is working fine. Okay, so in my case it is working. So now I'll delete this one. Okay, so Django is there and Redis is there, and then we need the celery worker to be running, right? So in order to run the celery worker, okay, so before that we have to install a Redis inside our Django environment. Okay, so once Redis server is running, then you just go to your Django terminal. Okay, go to Django terminal and make sure the environment is activated, and simply say pip install Redis. Okay, pip install Redis. Okay, successfully installed this Redis, and this is the dependency package of this Redis. Okay, so that is there, and then your server should be running. I mean, your celery worker should be running. I'm sorry. Okay, so in order to run celery worker, you click on this again. Okay, and name it as celery. Name it as celery, and from here you say celery hyphen a, then your project folder, which is awd underscore main. Okay, then worker and hyphen log level is equal to info. Okay, celery hyphen a awd main worker hyphen log level is equal to info. Okay, so when you hit enter, your worker should be running. All right, let's hit enter. Okay, no module called proj. I think what did I do? Okay, see, yeah, I'm sorry about this. You see, in the first line itself, I did a mistake. This should be actually awd underscore main. Okay, awd underscore main, then settings. Okay, so that is why we got the error. All right, let's try again. And you see, cannot connect to this one. So this is because our Redis is running, but we have not set the message broker to the Redis. Okay, so that's why go to settings, and here let's say as we have mentioned here in our settings, whatever celery related configuration keys should have a celery underscore prefix, right? So now this is a celery related configuration. Okay, celery underscore broker URL. Okay, broker URL is equal to what is our message broker? It is Redis, right? Redis colon hyphen I mean forward slash localhost colon 6379, which is a default port for running Redis. Okay, so this is our broker URL. All right, now this should work. Let's Control C and run again, and you can see this celery workers is ready. Okay, so it will keep listening to the Redis. If there is any task in the Redis, it will just take and execute it. Okay, so we will not execute any task in this video because this video has become very long already. So this was a configuration video and things are working now. So you should be having 3 terminals. Okay, one is Django terminal, and another one is a Redis server, and another one is celery. Okay, so these 3 things should be running in order to run the celery task. Okay, so in the next video we will try to execute the celery task. Okay, thank you.